You
Are not.
alone.
You are not alone.
You are not
You are
alone.
not alone.
You
You
are
are
not
not
alone.
alone. You are not
You are
alone.
not
You are
alone.
not alone.
You are not alone.
You're not alone.
You are not alone.
Hey guys, so welcome to the You Know No podcast. Today I'm here with my good friend. He's going to be talking a little bit about himself and his 9-year-old sister. Could you tell the podcast a little bit about yourself and your life?
Okay, well, my name is Brendan. I used to live in Joburg, and when I lived in Joburg, which was 7 years ago, my dad passed away from cancer, pancreatic cancer. But before that, he had a year's battle of kidney failure, and then after that, they told us that he had pancreatic cancer and had 5 months. That was really not exactly the best thing. And then what happened was that he lasted 3 months after lots of chemo and lots of radiation, but it was just too aggressive and especially on his body. I mean, but then after that, my mom moved down to Cape Town for after a year. My mom, 2018, my mom moved down to Cape Town, and then because she couldn't, was the work in Joburg had that stopped because of my uncle that used to run it got Alzheimer's after my dad because of the trauma from my dad. Okay, because it was a family-run business. And then what happened was that people from Sanlam, because they used to work for Sanlam, people from Sanlam offered my mom a job here in Cape Town, and my uncle and aunt moved down with her and my baby sister, Cherise. So they moved down, and then for a year, I lived with my grandparents in grade 7. So I can just finish primary school in Joburg. I used to go to the end of primary. And then I finished that year with my grandparents, and everything was starting to look well. We moved out to Cape Town. That was a long move. I mean, it's about 16-hour drive from Joburg to Cape Town. And in front of there, my sister, things were going well. And then January the 19th, my sister got diagnosed with cancer.
What type of cancer?
It was leukemia. And it was like a death sentence for us. I mean, we just lost my father. Well, I say just, but I mean, it wasn't international. It happened recently. My dad passed away, and then my sister got diagnosed. So the first thing that we thought was death sentence. And things were looking good because then we found out about Red Cross and everything. Oh, and in the midst of all of this, COVID happened. It's 2020.
Yeah.
So COVID happened and everything. So now so it actually kind of worked in our favor because Cherise had to be isolated more because it's cancer. So you can't like really be, you can't be exposed to too many germs and things.
Yeah.
So it kind of worked in our favor, but at the same time, it was like, you're going to drive yourself crazy. So,
I think everyone was this shit.
yeah, but so Cherise eventually got into remission after, I think, a year.
I could be wrong, but I mean, I think a year she got into remission, and so that alone, it was lots of ups and downs, and that was like really an emotional wreck. Basically, we
Yeah.
all were, and eventually they told her she's in remission, and then we were all good. But then signs came back that she had cancer again, so took her back to the doctor, and then it came back, but even more aggressive. So you get B cell and T cell leukemia, lymphoblastic leukemia,
Yeah.
and she got T cell afterwards, which is the bad one.
Yeah.
So that was even worse news. So we just came back from like what we thought was a death sentence to one that there's even less of a chance that she can survive, because leukemia is actually one of the most survived cancers that you can get. But then what happened was that she got cancer again, and that was another emotional wreck for the entire family. And because when she got it again, there was lots of tensions between the family, so it like made things a lot worse with everyone. I lost connections with my family, and like just went out of touch with them, just never spoke to them. And then eventually we got a donor. So I got tested first because she needed a donor
Yeah.
for once she got T cell, and I got tested first because I'm the most likely to become a donor for her. But
Sure.
then they ended up doing, because I was less than 50%. So my mom then got tested, and she came out as 50%, but it still wasn't like 48.9%
Yeah.
of a match.
Which was close enough.
Close enough.
Yeah.
And also they were counting on the fact that Charisse was in her womb obviously for 9 months, so
Yeah.
they've still got that bond. So they're counting on that.
That's good.
But then she went through the transplant and everything went well. Nogals happened on my birthday, the 12th of October, so that was lekker.
Yeah.
But I mean,
What a present.
yeah, what a present. And things started going well. She got graft versus host disease, which
Yeah.
is obviously sucks because she got like her skin started retracting. So if she doesn't take special immune suppressants to stop her skin from, like, she can become immobile because her skin tightens so much.
Oh, okay. Jeez.
So we've been applying cream and immune suppressions and everything. And so then she was in remission again.
Yeah.
And then after about 2 more years, so going on to the 4th year now. Okay, so that's this year, the 4th
Mhm.
year of her fighting this battle.
It's a
And
long time.
yeah. And then what happened was that she relapsed again
Mm.
in March. She relapsed. Or now recently she relapsed. And what happened was that was the end, because the doctors told us that there is actually no treatment for what's coming now. There's no like planned out thing that they can do. So the doctors just went off feeling, and he said that we're going to try out a course for 28 days, and we're going to give a chemo every week and to see if that helps.
Okay.
And they did that. 28 days passed, and he said that he can't give her chemo anymore because he could see that there's no improvements or anything, which made it really hard on us. I mean, we went from having hope to even less hope to getting told that there's no hope at all. But I mean, yeah, there was a difficult thing to experience. And then the doctor said that she's not allowed any blood transfusions now,
Yeah.
and she can't get chemo again. So that's it for now. But we got news the other day, actually.
Okay.
After we had the meeting, we got the news that she's in remission again. So the
Oh.
cancer's gone.
That's brilliant.
So it's actually a miracle, actually. So, but the thing is, they don't want to go and do a bone marrow test, so the lumbar puncture, because they don't want to put her through that again.
Yeah.
So we're not 100% certain that she is fully in remission, but to our knowledge now, she's in remission. So it's actually good news. She went to school yesterday and today, so it's like actually it's lekker, and she's
That's
getting
great.
life in her and everything. So we went from no hope to less hope to nothing to now she's fine again. So it's been a real roller coaster for us.
That's amazing, dude. Like, I know for an example, bone marrow, what do you call it? When they extract the bone marrow.
Oh yeah, that process is
Sure. I can tell you, I couldn't lie on my back or my bum or anything. I was in pain. That was
Yeah.
no one told me that was going to be a painful procedure. But I just yeah, we're just going to take a little bit of your bone.
Oh, the lumbar puncher.
yeah.
Oh, the lumbar puncher. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, so like, that's just like, that's amazing, and like I'm so thankful for that actually, because I know how you've been struggling through that. And if there was 3 words that you could describe how you're feeling at this time with it.
Angry, lost, and happy at the same time.
Okay, can you?
So angry because it's like, can it not just stay good now? Because now it's almost as if you're waiting for the bomb to drop again. Because every time something goes good, it falls down again, and then it's just like goes completely worse, and then everything's just, it's chaos. So and then that's where the loss comes in, because I mean, I don't know exactly how to feel about it, so it's a bit difficult in that.
You feel like your emotions has been up and down. You don't know how to feel anymore.
Yeah. And happy because I mean she's enjoying life again. She's smiling a lot more. She's still got a bit of hair loss, and that was actually not even from the chemo. It was from anxiety.
Oh jeez.
So
For a 9-year-old to have anxiety, that's crazy.
and for hair to, it's like to lose your hair, it's another thing, and that's one thing she doesn't want.
Yeah.
Like the first thing that she asked after we told her she's to go on chemo again is, I'm gonna lose my hair again. So that's all she cares about. I mean, anything she cares about is her hair and makeup. I mean,
Shame.
she's 9, but I mean, it's all she cares about.
Yeah.
So it's been a emotional roller coaster for us.
And like, are you coping with it, or are you not coping?
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't know, because it feels like it's gonna hit me, but I don't know like when or how. So I've been feeling a lot more agitated lately with life. I mean, in general. So
Yeah.
I mean, like the smallest things not set me off, but I mean, I've kind of learned to deal with it, especially with like talking to you. That helped me a lot. I'm not gonna lie. So it's just it gives you a different aspect of life.
Yeah.
And it's not always nice, but it's good enough, I suppose.
Look, I mean, what I mostly tell people is not everyone wants like people to tell them like what they're going through, or a lot of people just want to be heard. Like I don't like you don't need to speak. I can actually just speak to you and like I just need to say it like,
Yeah.
and it actually makes you feel better because at the same time you can figure out for yourself. Like obviously
Yeah.
it's always nice to hear someone say some advice or like give you hope or anything like that. But I mean, the only person that can really solve it is yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you're feeling a little bit better, but I know
Yeah.
that there is still a little bit of a scare.
Yeah.
What are like the best memories you have with your sister?
Playing in the park, kicking the ball, going into the beach, throwing her into the ocean. It sounds harsh, but it's
Sibling love.
So, like, obviously she did like a bit of a easy, but it was like, I mean, I've got lots of good and bad memories with her, so it's more good than bad at least.
Okay, that's good at least.
I mean, like for instance, we would set up like a little fort in our house, and then we just start Nerf gun battles.
Oh, I remember doing that
We
with
just
my
like-
older brothers as well. But I always got the bad gun.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Like-
it always jams or something, and then they say, no, it works perfectly
Yeah.
fine.
So you see, it works here.
Yeah.
It's not working.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there any specific wishes your sister wants to do? Like,
One thing that has been on a I'll say bucket list, but I mean, as far as the bucket list can go for a 9-year-old, she really wants to go to Disneyland where the princesses live. So she's like, I want to go where the princesses live in Disneyland, because my older sister, Tamlin,
yeah.
she went to Disneyland in Paris, and ever since then, Sharice is like, I want to see the Eiffel Tower, I want to go to Disneyland, and so this has been a big thing for her. So yeah, it's like the one thing she really wants.
And you guys are like,
We're really working towards it, yeah.
okay, that's good. to
So
hear.
we busy with Backer Buddy,
Yeah.
and through that, because we put it on Facebook, Instagram, and everything. We even got a TikTok page for it and everything.
Okay.
And through,
What is the TikTok page?
I will have to look for it because I'm not 100% sure.
Don't worry, we'll put it up
Yeah.
for the audience to see later. But
Yeah.
like, what is some advice you would give people that are going through the same as you?
Take it day by day. Never, I wouldn't say never plan ahead, but just be wary of how you want to plan your things, and don't make any hasty decisions, because you never know what it's going to be like tomorrow. I mean, today it might be good, but tomorrow she might be feeling, or whoever your person is might not be feeling too well. Because I mean, it's ups and downs. You can't control this thing. So it's take it day by day. It's only advice I can really give.
Okay, but it's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you came up with it like that. Like, and I'm glad that you actually had the response of someone that actually knew what they were going through, rather than someone. When you say to me that you feel lost, and then you say that, it makes me actually think that you are pretty understanding of where you are.
Yeah.
Like with all of this, like what's your biggest fear out of this all?
I can't even say losing her, to be honest with you. My biggest fear is her suffering more.
Okay.
I would rather her, it sounds very bad and harsh, her pass away now with no pain and everything and go to heaven, than her not die and prolong her life, and then all she's got is suffering and hospitals and needles and all these strange people surrounding her, because that's her biggest thing. She hates hospitals. I mean, her entire life, well, not entire life, for 4 years of her life, all she's experienced is needles and doctors and pricking and poking and everything. Waking up 3 o'clock in the morning because they need to take your temperature every 5 minutes. Screaming of babies next to you and children and crying, experiencing death around you. So it's like, I don't want her to experience that anymore. So if anything has to happen now. rather than later. And it sounds harsh. And if you're not going through what I'm going through, I don't think you'll understand where I'm coming from. But even my grandparents and my mom is like that. They're like, if something has to happen now. But to be honest with you, I don't think anything's gonna happen. I think I have complete faith in God that she is healed and that a miracle has happened. She's okay now. So yeah, but you always have to face reality, which is
Yeah.
I think the one scary part about everything.
Hey, nothing's impossible if you ask him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I also just keep on, like, I actually, like, when I first met you and whatnot, I actually prayed for your sister as well. And obviously also don't know her to the boss, so, but I mean,
Yeah.
the fact that I knew that type of pain that she is going through, it does actually, like, help to know that someone has gone through something like this and
Yeah.
has made it out. So
Yeah.
I have total belief that your sister will make out of it. And I don't think for a split second that she's feeling bad anymore. I think she is enjoying life as at
As
the
I was
moment.
saying, yeah.
Yeah. If you had to describe what "you're not alone" means to you,
You're not alone means that you will always have God with you. I mean, you open up my eyes to that. I mean, I've got, for instance, Coach Dumi, one of the coaches by Parklands. If it wasn't for him, I don't think I would have gone back to God. I mean, it's been a religious and spiritual roller coaster for me. So when someone says you're not alone, I'll tell them, yes, I know I'm not alone because I've got God with me now. And because I think I have him close to my heart and I do pray every day, that it like kind of helped me. And ever since I started going to church again, that really, like the first day I went to church after a few years of not going to church because of my dad, I felt a relief, which really helped. And it's almost like a burden got lifted off your shoulders and you feel 100 times better. So it's just, that's what you're not alone.
if I had to tell you something, that the people that really care about you, when you are quiet, they can hear you.
Yeah. That's very, yeah, that's a good one.
Like, I can tell you most of the time that people that don't care will just say, like, you'll be fine, like you'll be okay, don't worry. But I mean, if you had to be quiet and you didn't know how to express your feelings, I know that you were damaged and you need help.
Yeah.
And those are people that care about you, like your mom, your sister, Dumi, God, me, anyone that actually cares.
Yeah.
And it's important to find people like that. I would like to thank you to coming onto this podcast today.
No problem.
I think you are going to help a lot of people that are going through the same thing as you. Like,
I hope I do.
like, don't hope. Yeah, I know you will. You're such a kind soul. I hope everything goes well with your sister.
Thank you.
And I will keep in touch with you to see if we can help with anything, and hopefully she'll get through this.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
I really appreciate it.
Cool. Thanks, guys, for joining the podcast today. Thanks to Brendan once again. Hopefully see you guys next time. Cheers.